and that person was Ali.
Oh.
And the sad part is that my Sunni brothers,
Right. They forget this part?
no, they have this in their narrations.
Oh.
Because back then there were Sunni people too.
Sure.
After the Prophet died, they were Sunni. They narrated that this happened. Okay, now there is a word Mawla. Mawla has different meanings like any other word in English or in Spanish. Has several meanings, right? It means friend, it means leader, it means
oh.
there you go.
Friend
That's the
or
conflict.
leader.
Okay, it has several meanings. When he said, whoever I'm the Mawla, he is the Mawla. Okay.
And so that would be a difference. The Sunnah say it's friend, and the Shia says leader.
Right.
Is that sort of the difference
Now,
there?
yes. Why? Now, thinking of this, if
Wow.
when Sunni people say, okay, we believe that, yes, it happened. They cannot deny the last Hajj of Prophet.
Right.
It was a great thing that everybody participated,
Sure.
100,000 people.
Sure.
So they couldn't really change it that much. They said, okay, yeah, it happened. However, he said, Mawla. The Mawla is like friend.
Yeah.
But you tell me,
Why would it be so important, though?
why would it be so? Okay, that's the leader of the religion. Why would it be?
Why would it be in the Quran?
No, that's not in the.
Oh, it's a narrative.
The Qadir is in Quran or not? No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
But why would the Prophet stop 100,000 people in the hottest desert and point to someone to tell someone this is my friend?
Right.
Ali was with Prophet since he was a child. He was raised by the Prophet, and
So
then he was his son-in-law.
That's one difference between Sunnah.
That's the main difference. Where it starts.
Okay.
That's where it starts. So people said, then a lot of people saw this, and 100,000 people will go to the city and it will spread around that Prophet chose the person because he's gonna die soon, and he's gonna lead us.
And you needed somebody, just if there were some questions, you go to that person.
Not
and
only
say,
that,
we need to have a judge.
yeah, a judgment. Also, when the last prophet dies, this is the last prophet, the last religion. We need someone to ask questions, as you said, or to rely on if there is something. He needs to follow if there is nobody, then the connection between us and the God is done. So everybody's gonna forget, or things gonna change.
Is this similar to what they call a caliph?
Caliph, yeah, the caliph is
like a
sort of
leader?
a governmental leader.
Okay.
However, a caliph at that time was a religious leader too.
Because they didn't really have much of a government at that time. Because it was
they had government. They have castles.
Oh.
Ali didn't have a castle because they were living very simple.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were castles in these different cities.
It was the
kings.
Ottoman Empire, I guess.
Which empire?
Ottoman Empire.
Ottoman.
Yeah, let's see.
Might not be from that
600. Yeah, I'm trying to think. From Turkey, they were
Egypt,
controlling. Oh, it was from Egypt that they were controlling.
I think that name is similar.
Okay.
I think I heard it a bit.
So they were controlling the Saudi area.
No, I'm not sure if that has anything to do with this.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe a time matter.
Right.
So what happened was, he said, this is going to be your Mawla.
Okay.
And he wouldn't stop people to say, he's going to be your friend, or he's my friend.
Right.
I mean, he's going to be your leader after I die.
Right.
When the Prophet died, the same day before they buried the Prophet, as I said, there were tribes at that time. Yes, so each tribe had a headquarter.
And everybody wants to be political.
No,
right.
the oldest person will be the head.
Right.
And the whole tribe have to follow him, as you said. That's the chief.
Sure.
You gotta follow him.
Yeah.
And the tribes were very important at that time. In that city, let's say there was 5 tribes, right?
Right.
Each tribe were hundreds of people in there. And when a tribe says something, you gotta follow. Since the Prophet was so nice to Ali, and he was his son-in-law, and he was raised by Prophet and everything.
Son-in-law, my goodness. It sounds like the logical person.
Right. Since he was so nice to him, and Ali had the capacity and everything, some people were very jealous. Why is he always with Prophet? Why Prophet always tell him things and doesn't tell us things, or he's in private, or
Typical
why is he so
human
kind
reactions.
to him? Right.
Yeah, right.
And it happens because Ali was young. He was I think he was 20 something years old at that time, or 30 something, something like that.
And someone who's
Yeah.
50 looks and says,
50,
I should
60,
be the
70,
next person.
head of the tribe, why he chosen and he's gonna lead me? Come on. And so there was that jealousness, and they got together. They got together before they bury the prophet. They said, okay, let's just choose someone to be the leader.
Right.
Let's forget about what happened.
Right.
And it sounded logical to all of them because why not? They're the oldest, they're the head of the tribes. They have to be one of them. Have to be the
Right.
the person.
Someone with experience.
Yeah.
Should be.
So they said, okay.
Ali.
So they said, okay, let's choose one from ourselves. So I think they voted.
Oh, I see.
Right, and they chose one of them, which was
Well, the second.
Abu Bakr. No, the first. The first.
Oh,
leader.
I see. You talk about the first leader, and then there's
Then
a
the
second leader,
then there's a third,
and then
and
Ali.
the fourth is Ali.
Finally, they let Ali be.
Right,
Okay.
because he died.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Well, but
one of
he
them
had
is
to wait.
One of them is one of the reasons is I don't know if there was any battle or something. What happened? Well, they chose a person to lead. Then that leader had the power. He was like a president of a government that time, and he was also called a religious leader by whom? By the head of the tribes. Now, if head of my tribe is telling me, you gotta follow this person, what do? I gotta follow that
Follow the person.
right? Now, what about those things that people said in the last Hajj that I have to follow Ali? Now, which one do I follow?
So this was the beginning of the split.
That was the beginning, and because the government was so strong at that time, and they would force people to do so, you had to do so.
And
However,
Ali was still walking around at this time.
he was walking around. He had to sit in his house. He couldn't, he was not in power. Okay, because the Prophet was in power back then. But when the Prophet is not there, somebody else was taking the place. They didn't let Ali be. Didn't let Ali be the leader. However, he was a religious leader because people who know Ali, they knew that he has the link to the Prophet, the link to the God. So they knew who to follow, and they were hidden followers. So those hidden followers were meeting Ali, were trying to expand it and tell people, hey, this is the leader, what are you doing, and people were like, let me just live my life, I don't care, this is political, I don't want to get in politics.
Right.
So that's why they didn't know what to do. What happened to their children? Of course they're not going to go to Ali. So there was Shia people at that time, right after Prophet died, who were following Ali, political leader.
And we call it Sunnah because Sunnah means a tradition or whatever Muhammad did. Muhammad
That's
goes
the
on
conflict. The Sunnah means the tradition, right?
Tradition, right.
Place in one shrine. There, there's dome. No, it's just that. Actually, let me tell you this: Sunni people also do not believe in this that the 12th prophet will come. Not prophet, the 12th Imam will come. So if we believe in, if we are Shia, we believe in Ali as an Imam, and all the Imams after him, which is 12. The 12th one never died. He went on. There's a word.
to a safe place.
No, he's not present like you and I. He is sort of, but he's.
Sort of like a
You
spirit.
can't. No, not a spirit. Like Jesus.
Oh, sort of like rising into the heaven.
Sort of. I forgot the word. There's a word.
Resurrection, maybe?
Let me search right.
Oh, sure.
I can show you.